So yo, what is up guys, Fnatic here, and this is going to be a full guide to the Easter egg on the Shadowed Throne and World War II zombies. Now before anything, you are going to need to make sure that you know how to make the wonder weapon in this map. If you don't know how to already, I'm going to leave a link in the description. I'm making a video on that right after this one. But you just need to make sure you know the wonder weapon, and then you should be good to go. Now before you actually start the game, I highly suggest that at least one or two people have the free fire mod for the actual wonder weapon in the boss fight. It'll come through because in the third stage you can only use it, but for the mods, for the other two people, I'd suggest the other two people have Shell Shock with Sustained Zone, the one that gives your allies shield, and then the one that revives your teammates. It'll come through for the boss fight. Everything for the mods and consumables and all that will come through for the boss fight, but just make sure two people have free fire, two people have Shell Shock with Sustained Zone and the shield and all that, and then you guys should be good to go. Now before we actually get into this, last interruption by the way, I just want to say that some of this footage is not mine. I took it from Noah J456 because I didn't actually get all of the footage on my stream, so I couldn't show you guys, so I had to take it from him so I can actually show you where everything is and how to do everything. But without any more interruptions, let's get right into this tutorial. So the first thing you're going to need to do is head over to this radio right here and remember these two letters and number on it, and then make your way over to the church and look at the map on the wall to see where the red pin is on the map. Wherever that red pin is, you need to remember that location or look at that location. Then on the actual left side of that map, there's going to be a whole bunch of locations with numbers and letters. So you're gonna need to take the numbers and letters from the radio that you saw earlier, and you're gonna need to match it up with the location from the red pin, and look at the numbers or the coordinates that you see on the left side of the map, the number map, and then you need to go back to the radio and actually input those numbers or coordinates on the radio, and then wait for the guy to talk on the radio. Now once the guy's done talking on the radio, you're gonna want to make your way to the actual box over here just to the right of double tap and just outside the museum, and you're gonna want to either melee or shoot this box to unlock it, and then you're gonna want to shoot it again or melee it again for the actual flares to shoot up, and this is contacting the Russian blimp, and the Russian blimp is gonna fly up overhead. It's gonna lay these anchors, and then you're ready to move on for the next step. So the next thing you're gonna do is head over to the anchors that the blimp actually shot down, and you're gonna want to take out your wonder weapon again. If you don't know how to do it, I'll have a link in the description to my other video, but you're gonna need to take out your wonder weapon and shoot these batteries to charge them up. There's gonna be one just next to the spawn, then the next one's gonna be in the museum. It's up just above the chandeliers on the top balcony, and then the last one is going to be on the ground next to the actual double tap. But that third one, you can either collect souls or you can shoot with your wonder weapon. I just shoot it with my wonder weapon because it's a lot faster and we can save a zombie. But after you're done with that, you are ready to move on to the next step. So the next step is to contact the smuggler through the radio, and to do this you're going to need to get the wonder weapon, and in the wonder weapon room just to the right there's going to be this cash register, and you're going to need to shock the cash register with the wonder weapon, and you're going to crouch down and look at the numbers that are under the picture and remember those numbers or write them down, and then head over to the radio and actually input the coordinates from the cash register into the radio, and then the smuggler's going to talk and he's going to tell you what to do. So the next thing you're going to do is get a grenade or bomber or anything that's explosive. I don't know if the pistols work or not. Just grenade is the easiest thing. You're just going to want to go up to this little sewers or gas pipe thing on the ground. It's just behind the theater, and you're gonna want to throw your grenade on it, and it's gonna open up, and then the smuggler's gonna talk to you, and then what you're gonna need to do is go into the museum, and you're gonna want to go up the stairs and get the combat shotgun wall buy, or it could be any wall buy I think, but just the shotgun works for me every game, so I suggest that you guys just get the combat shotgun. And then once you buy the shotgun off the wall, you're gonna want to go over back to that hole, and you're gonna want to hold square on the hole holding out the shotgun, and you're gonna give him the shotgun. You're gonna lose it. So I suggest trading out the wonder weapon for the shotgun, because you can just go back and get it back for free, do everything you need to do. But after you give him the shotgun, he's gonna talk and he's gonna fight off the zombies, and then once you're done with that, you're gonna need to go through 2 full rounds and then go back to the street area where the nail bat is, and then there's gonna be another little pipe here on the ground, and then he's gonna want some points, so you're just gonna need to donate your points to him. I think it's like 2,000-ish points, and then after you donate him the points, it's gonna say paid smuggler, and then after you do that, you're gonna get the nail bat, and you're gonna go to the wonder weapon room, and then on this door you're just gonna want to keep hitting the door with the bat, and then eventually it's gonna blow open, and then a whistling's gonna appear. You're just gonna want to kill the whistling, and then in that room behind the door, you're gonna hold square. There's gonna be the bat, and you're gonna pick up the bat, go over to the big door where the 3 melee weapon outline stone statue things are. You're gonna want to hold square on the bat outline, holding the bat out. It's gonna put the bat in there, and then you're off to the next step. So the next step is actually getting the upgraded knife knife by opening the vault, and there's been a lot of confusion on exactly how to open this vault. There's people who've been saying like, oh, you gotta turn it left 4 times, right 4 times. Like, no, I'm gonna tell you exactly how to open the vault correctly. But before you do that, the first thing you're gonna have to do is get the painting from the woman's room. And to do that, you just go up to this little bookshelf thing, and you look up at the painting and hold square. You're gonna pick it up, and then you're gonna make your way over to the theater and look up on top of the balcony area, and you're gonna see this little film reel. You can shoot it down with any gun, and then it's gonna fall down. It's gonna always be in this corner right here. You're just gonna hold square, go up to the projector, hold square again, and hold square another time to place down the painting. And then you're gonna pull out the wonder weapon and shock the projector to power it up. And then there's now going to be a map on the screen. So on the map, there's actually gonna be green glowing lights, and these are gonna correlate to different dolls around the map. So how I look at this map is on the left side is the museum, the bottom left is the wonder weapon room, the bottom right is next to the anchor where you guys shot the anchor with the wonder weapon next to Pack-a-Punch. The right side is the theater, the top is the church, and the middle is double tap, and the dolls are just going to be sitting there on the ground. You seriously can't miss them. They're just little dolls, and what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to collect souls on the right dot of the doll, and you look at the map and go to the location of where the light says for the doll, and you're going to need to collect souls, but take it really slow and kill zombies one by one, because you're actually going to need to remember how many zombies you kill. You're going to need to do this 4 times around the map, and this is actually going to tell you the vault code, the numbers that you need. So make sure you're running around, you remember how many zombies you kill at each doll, and then once you're done, you're gonna go ahead and go to the safe over there. So when you're at the safe, pay attention closely, because everyone's saying it and it's totally wrong. You don't have to spin it left 4, right 4, left 3, right 3, anything like that. So what you're gonna do first is spin it to the right like 3 or 4 times, just so you can reset the combination, and then after you spin it like 3 or 4 times, land on your first number that you got from the dolls, then go left straight to your second number, then go to the right straight to the third, and then go to the left straight to your fourth. And then make sure you go land directly on the numbers, and then exit the numbers, or exit the safe I mean, and then melee the safe, and it should open, and then you should be all good. If that was a little confusing or you didn't understand, go back in this video and pay attention slowly on how I move the safe, on how I turn the numbers, and you should be able to get the knife back here. And then you're gonna hold square on the knife, you're gonna run over to the door and hold square on the knife cutout on the stone, and you are off to the next step. So the next thing you need to do is look for the magnifying glass in 2 different spawn locations, and one of them is going to be over here in the museum, just under this little statue base, and the other location is going to be in the theater up top on this little table right here. And after you get that, you are going to go to one of 3 locations and trying to find the coordinates for the Morse code for the radio. So one of the locations for the Morse code coordinates is actually in the theater on this little bookshelf right here. You can see it on screen right now. And another location is in the elevator. This one's a little harder to see, but it's written in blood, which is the actual second number. And the other one, you might have to crouch to see it, but it's written in white just above it to the left side. And once you see that, you're good. Write them down, remember them. And the third location is located on the same pedestal that you got the first magnifying glass location. I think, at least. I don't know if it's 100% confirmed, but that's just what I've been told. So just look there, look in those 3 spots, and you should be able to get the coordinates for the Morse code and head over to the radio to input. So now that you're at the radio, you actually need to input those coordinates that you got on one of the 3 locations, and after you do that, beeping will start, and this is actually Morse code that you need to do, and you can follow this guide on screen right now that I'll put up for you. But the way to actually do this is that the longer beeps are going to be dashes, and then the shorter beeps are dots. So I'll put an example up on what the dashes and dots are right now on screen. So after you have that and you got your numbers written down from the Morse code, you're going to head over to the church with those 2 numbers that you have. And I should say this right now, but if say you get 3 numbers and one's a 0 or something like that, then link it up with the first number before the 0 or the whatever it is to put like a double digit. So say it beat the 1 and then it beat the 0, that'd be 10, and then the third number would be like an 8 or something. So just make sure you link it up as double digits. But then you're going to head over to the church and you're going to go on this map in the church, and you're gonna hold square on it to move it around, and then you're gonna input the coordinates 10, 8, or whatever you got on the radio. And if it doesn't work, that's okay. Just switch it up and say you put 8 on the top and 10 on the side, and that doesn't work, then just try 10 on the top and 8 on the side, and it'll work. And once you're done, the only way to exit this map is to actually crouch, and I guess, I don't know why you can't just hold square, but just crouch to exit the map. And if you do it correctly, the bookshelf on the right side will actually open. You can go up to it and hold square, and you'll get the balancing bowl. So with that bowl, you're going to want to head over to the museum upstairs and hold square on this little balancing table. There's going to be brains and there's going to be a head. Just hold square on that table to place down the bowl. Then you're going to want to head outside and try to get a Inferno zombie or Napalm zombie, whatever you want to call it. Just get one of those guys and then take it over in front of a blitz machine, or not a blitz machine, sorry, a shield machine, where you get your shield, and then you want to melee it with, I think, the knife. I don't know if you have to use the knife, but just use the knife just in case. Melee one of those guys next to the shield machine, and then its head will pop into the shield machine. You're just going to go up to that shield machine that it's in and hold square and take it over to that balancing bowl that you placed down. Hold square, and then next to that bunny, or yeah, it's the bunny. You just want to collect souls on the bunny, and once you're done collecting souls, you hear the activation sound, and then if you go back to the table where you place the head down, you can hold square and get the fireman's axe. And then once you're done getting that, you want to head over to the wall where all the melee weapons are, hold square on the axe cutout, and then you are ready to move on to the next step. So the next thing you have to do is actually be collecting souls. Now this part isn't hard at all, it's actually really easy, but you just have to go in front of this door that you just placed all the melee weapons at, and you have to collect 20 normal zombie souls first, and then you move on to the Napalm zombie or the Inferno zombies, and you have to get 10 of those Inferno zombie souls. And then after you're done with those, you have to get 10 pest zombie souls. And then while you're doing the pests, I highly suggest that you don't go anywhere near the door, because if you stand next to it when it opens, then you will get stuck and you have to bleed out until you can come back in the map, and I know none of you guys want to do that. So while you're collecting pests, stay away from the door. After you get those 10 pests, you'll hear the activation sound, the door will open, then you go down there and you are ready to do the statues. Now the first thing you want to do when you actually enter this room is pull out the wonder weapon and charge the last anchor up above the statue, and then once you're done, you're actually locked in this room, and then you have to start doing the actual statues. Now I did not find this out until now, but there's now actually a website that lets you do these statues by itself. It's like a puzzle solver, like the Valves were on Go Rod Crovey. There's a website that you can go to, and these tell you exactly where to, or which statues to shoot and how many times you have to shoot it. So for the bottom row, you put however many times the statues actually churn, and for the top one, you put which direction they are facing. So if they're facing to the right, do the right arrow. Facing to the left arrow. If they're facing towards the wall, you do the up arrow. If they're facing towards you, do the down arrow. And then you just go through that, and if you're confused, I'll have Noah explain it right now, because he did a lot better job than I did, so just take a listen right now.
Right here. So statue directions. This is just as simple as it gets. So we had this one facing the right, facing toward us, facing to the left, and facing to the left. All I'm doing is clicking there. Now, on this first one, the statue rotations per turn, I'm just going to tell you guys what to do. So on the second puzzle, the first one obviously only has 3, so you can't use the solver on the first puzzle. But on this one, you just need to make it 1, 2, 1, 1, and then hit solve. So, and then it's going to tell you the solution over here on this side. So it's going to say turn C 1 time, turn A 1 time, turn D 2 times. So this is obviously A, B, C, D are all the statues. So I'm going to do exactly what it says right here. So it says turn C 1 time. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to my gameplay. So looking for this is A, B, C, D. So I'm going to turn C 1 time. So I turn C 1 time. All of them rotate. Beautiful. The next thing up is I'm going to turn A 1 time, because that's what it tells me to do. Boom. All of them have rotated 1 time, and then I'm going to turn D 2 times. So the very last statue over here, I'm going to turn this 2 times, and it's going to do a little bit of magic, and it's going to solve the second puzzle. Boom. So there's the Raven right there. Spawns in. I'm going to go ahead and grab this. Now, the third wall has opened up, so let's go ahead and do the same thing with this one, and then I'm going to tell you the actual like variations and everything like that to do. So this is facing away, or forward, forward, forward. So they're actually all facing forward. So let's go ahead and head back over to the website. So we're going to do this. We're going to turn all the statue directions to the forward. And now this one is a little bit different. I'm, again, just going to go ahead and tell you guys the numbers here. I'm doing this all live, by the way, just to make it as easy as possible. So for this one, you're going to reset them all to 1, and then you're going to go 2, 1, 1, 2. For the third puzzle, it's 2, 1, 1, 2. And then you're going to hit that solve button, and we're going to turn C once, and we're going to turn B once. So we're going to turn the third one, and then we're going to turn the second one. So let's go ahead, once again, go back to the gameplay. So we're going to shoot the third one time. So 1, 2, 3, that's C. Shoot that. Okay, beautiful. And then we're going to shoot B one time. Perfect. So, once again, this is something we had to figure out. I was pretty good at it, but I will admit that doing this is much, much easier. So go ahead and grab that third Raven, and then the last wall is going to open up. And once again, this is just very, very simple. So this is away, to the left, away, toward. So I'm going to go back to the website. So away, to the left, toward, and what was this last one again? It was toward as well. So beautiful. Absolutely. Oh, sorry. Boom. Okay, so that's what it is. So it's away, to the left, away, and toward. Okay, and then the variation for this one, I'm just going to reset them all back to 1. The variation for this one is 1, 3, 1, 2. 1, 3, 1, 2. So I'm going to hit that solve. Turn C. Okay, so this is a little bit of a longer one here. Turn C 3 times. Turn A 2 times. Turn D 3 times. So let's go ahead and do that. And
then after that, after you get the statues, you place all the crows down, and then if you get it wrong, it's totally fine. They'll spawn back on the floor. So the screaming crow is actually going to be the one in the front of the statue, and there's going to be 2 next to each other. There's going to be one with its mouth closed. It looks like it's diving. That's going to be to the left of the statue, and then the one turning its head is going to be right next to the one that's leaning forward with its mouth closed, literally right next to it. And then the one in the back is going to be the one in the back. Just match up its tail with the statue, and it'll perfectly line up. You can't miss it. And then once you're done with that, the lights will turn green. It'll say it's all right, and then you go up to the statue, pick up the sword, and then run up the stairs and hold square on the sword outline on the left side of the door. And this is by far the best melee weapon because it's overpowered. So I say before the boss fight, you get all full shield, because you don't get any shield up there unless you run the shell shock shield perk mod that I told you guys to use in the start of the video. And for perks, I would get Speed Cola, Stamina Up, Double Tap, and the Melee perk, because the Melee perk actually makes the sword stronger. And once you're done with that, you guys are ready to go into the actual boss fight. So what you're going to actually need for this boss fight is the Wonder Weapon, and I highly suggest you Pack-a-Punch the FG42, just because it's a wall bite in the actual boss fight, and it's a wall bite in the map. Just go to the church, and it's a wall bite across from the map. Pack-a-Punch it, and then go up to the pod with the Wonder Weapon. Have your team pull the Wonder Weapon out and charge up the little battery box on top of the little pod, and then you guys are ready in the blimp, and you guys are ready to do the panels. So for this step, you're going to go up to the control panels and hold square to navigate the light through the blimp, and you're just going to want to use your left analog stick to move the light around to the left and the right. But once you get up to the intersection, you're gonna want to go up first and to the right to open up all the doors, and then go back on the control panels and bring the light all the way back to the intersection. Go back on the other panel, bring the light down and to the right, and then get off the control panel, run around to the other side, and then finish the light so that the power in the blimp actually shuts off and Dr. Straub will die. If you look through the window, you can see all the action happen. And then once you're done with that, the boss zombie will actually spawn in, and I'll let you know what happens during the 3 stages. So in the first stage, it's the easiest one, obviously. He's just going to use charge attacks at you. He's going to run. He's just going to hit you. I suggest just running around back and forth, having the people with shell shock all the zombies so you can just focus on the boss and just shoot him in the chest with your guns. Don't use your wonder weapon ammo yet, and then you will know once you're done when your character says he's using his own energy for power, something like that, and then that will indicate you to let you know that you are on the second stage. And in the second stage, he does the same exact thing, except now he will start shooting blasts of energy at you, and you just want to dodge those. They're pretty easy to dodge. You're just going to want to do the same thing, just train back and forth, shoot him in the chest with your bullets, and then your character will say the same thing. It's using its energy again for its own power, and then that will indicate you to let you know that you are actually on the third stage. Is a lot harder because now you can only use the wonder weapon to actually damage him and get this done. And so you just want to keep blasting him, and this is where free fire comes in. You want to activate free fire when he's glowing up and just keep shooting him with the wonder weapon ammo, because you have unlimited with free fire. And then once you are done, the boss zombie will explode in flames. The blimp will start dropping bullets. You want to go back to the far back bullet on the left side of the blimp, and you want to hop inside with your team, and as soon as all 4 teammates get in there, the door will close, the bullet will drop, you guys will go back into the map, you'll get the trophy, you'll get the cutscene, and that is the Easter egg for the Shadowed Throne and World War II zombies. That's going to wrap up the video here. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you do leave a like. If you're new, make sure you drop that sub button for more videos just like this. Also, hit the post notification bell so you don't miss a single upload or stream. But other than that, it's been your boy Fnatic, and I'm out. Take it easy.